Hello. Hey, Dirk. Oh my God, bro, you've been going crazy in chat. You gotta chill out, man. Since when is shush a thing? Yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck is this emote? And why is it being used? Hi, Teamworm. Hey, Teamworm, was your birthday on Sunday or something? I saw you were streaming and I didn't understand the message. It looked like you were playing Guitar Hero 3, but then you had something about the word birthday. Perhaps. Okay, all right. Well, then just in case, happy birthday. I hope you had a nice time. I'm sorry I couldn't come by. I was busy helping Crazy Pants with some bullshit. But, you know, I'm sure you still had a good time. The first rule of Twitch shush is we don't talk about the place it came from. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. All right. Okay. So quick thing. I got a new monitor. I have 3 monitors. One of them was from 2008. Oh my God. Ha! It's shush, not shh, right? Yeah, it's shush. Shush is way more shush sounds like a command, whereas like shush is a little bit less of a command. Like no, they're both commands. Just one of them is shush is so much more like if someone tells me shush, I feel like oh, they're mad at me. I feel like I'm getting reprimanded. I don't know. It feels like they have the power to make me stop. Whereas shush feels like a librarian letting me know like we don't fucking make noise here. Everybody agrees don't do this. Whereas shush feels like it's one person being like, I command you to shut up. So anyway, I got a new monitor. My right monitor was from 2008. 2008, yeah, so it was like 16 years old. It was fine as a second monitor, except like the color is really bad, very, very dim. But then it has started squealing at me, like a capacitor in it was going out, and it was just like yelling at me all the time. So I was kind of getting a weird headache from that. So I decided to finally replace my old main monitor, and so now the oldest monitor is gone, and now I have a new monitor in the middle. It's nice. The colors are nicer. It was not an expensive monitor, but it is much nicer than my old not expensive monitor from like 10 years ago. I have a background. Yeah, right now you're seeing my actual desktop. This is like you can see actual windows. I hate doing that, but Godot is like lame. Yeah, I have hold on. Well, that'll be relevant in a moment. There's this really cool dude. His name is Orioto, and he has a bunch of like art he does for games. I think he has a Patreon where you can get like 1080p and 4K versions of all of these. Here, let me go to a new one. That's a cool one. Oh, I have 3 monitors, so I have to click it 3 times. There's a Donkey Kong one. Derek, I'm sorry if you really like the Sonic one. Hey, there's another Sonic one. All right. I have a folder. There's like fucking 60 of them. I just went through and grabbed all the games that like I knew. There was some cool art for games I didn't know, but I didn't feel like it'd be right. It looks dope. Yeah, they're really cool. Here, I'll type his name. Just like look him up on DeviantArt. You can get like 720p versions for free. But if you join his Patreon, which I swear it's like $1 or $2, you can just download like all of them. It's fucking cool. Definitely some good fucking art in there. Okay, so things that are actually important. I was poking around. I did mention that I would figure out how the timer works. You can see trees in the future, as in like because Sonic takes place in the future and there's trees, or because we're working on behavior trees. They're very behavioral. Okay, yeah. Now maybe not for a little bit, because so first of all, I figured out the timer thing. The timer thing was ridiculously easy. All I had to do, really. So first of all, I had misspelled this. I believe I could have just typed this function on timer timeout, but like I put a capital T or something because like I'm fucking stupid. And like I know you gotta check all the things. You gotta follow the naming schemes, and I fucking didn't. I had a capital T. So then I double clicked this, which is a signal. So if you're in the inspector over here, you can just go to node up top, and then you can look at the like timer signal, and it sends out a signal when it times out. So like, okay, if you double click that, and actually maybe I can just do it again. Let's see. Shit. Okay, so I double clicked this, and then I chose Eradicate, and then I click connect. And it doesn't do it this time because I've already done it. Anyway, it just gives you this function. It just fucking puts this function in your script. And so for a second, I had this function and another function that I had written that was like, it was like that. It just had a capital fucking T either on timer or timeout. So that was really dumb. So that was probably why the timer wasn't working. But the more you fail, the more you know, for sure. That is how I learn everything. That's why I like video games, because I can go like my social anxiety doesn't matter, and I can like hide in a corner and learn to be like the best Halo headshot guy ever. And like nobody has to know who I am or what I'm doing, and then I can go play with my friends, and then I'm fucking good. And then I don't have to feel fucking anxious about being bad at a thing because I got good at it in private by fucking up constantly. So you know, yeah, that's. So wait, I forgot the error message. Oh, okay, yeah, so that's the next thing. So I was fucking around with Godot, and I have, but the problem is they lead to a new problem. So one of the things that I was looking at is this, and it's fucking, maybe it's hard to read. What happens if I control scroll? Okay, no, can't really zoom in. I need to get like a zoom function for OBS. There's some pre-made plugins that people have done. I should get. So this specifically says like addon/behave/utils/utils.gd does not exist. And like that sounds pretty important, right? Like that's a fucking like a .gd file, I assume, is like specifically for Godot. Like this thing is telling me that like an essential file is missing. And so then I'm like, well, why wouldn't it be there? You know, like why wouldn't it be there? So I went in and I looked at add-ons, and I'm like, okay, I have the Behave add-on, but then I have an add-ons folder inside that, and then I have Behave. So what my dumbass did is I very explicitly follow the directions that I was given, which was to download and extract this thing, and then just put it in the add-ons folder and it would work. But I did not think like a human should think and actually examine the file structure. This add-ons folder, you should be dragging into like your main project, and it should be like, do you want to merge the add-ons folder that's already there? Okay, so really, like this Behave shouldn't be here. It should be right. It should be here. It should be in this folder, right? Heinously stupid of me. Okay, so I did this yesterday, and I think actually what I want to do I want to merge it? Well, I tried that, and it leads to other problems. So, long story short, we might just have to redo all the behavior tree stuff. So I don't need to save. I didn't do anything important. So yeah, what I want to do is I'm gonna go all the way back to Symbiote Scribe. Oh, actually, no, I made a specific backup of it. But you know what? No, let's just make another backup. Let's fuck with the backup. We're just gonna fuck with the backup. It's not that much. Yeah, it really isn't. It just like copying all the structure shouldn't be that bad. Most of the time taken was thinking about it. Okay, so now we have like a duplicate project just in case things fuck up. So if we go back to the original, the experience we have, it'll be a hot minute, but much faster. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So the problem is when I tried moving this, on Sunday, I was like, of course, this will fucking fix it. You just like, we're gonna cut it, or we're gonna move it. No, hold on. Not add-ons. We want that. We want Behave specifically. We want to move it back to here. Okay, great. So now if you go into add-ons directly, like boom, Behave is right here. That's where it should have been from the beginning. And now this is just empty. And you know, we could probably let's just delete that, right? Okay, so we're gonna hop back into Godot, and if it does the same thing it did yesterday, it's gonna be mad at me for a different reason. And so I think what has happened is, yeah, okay. So first of all, Radicate's missing dependencies. And I think we can go in and try to fix the dependencies. And so a bunch of these are just the they look like the base files. Have I tried to disable and enable it again? No, I haven't tried that. I think that'll be the first thing to do. So the Behave add-on was like kind of smart in that it somehow worked even though it was like 2 folders deep. But then it wasn't like smart enough to actually fully function that way because certain files couldn't be found. So we could manually locate these because it has the place it expects them to be. Like that says add-on/behave Godot 4x/add-ons. It has the 2 extra folders, right? So we can essentially just relocate everything. It's a problem with absolute links. Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't like BitBrain, I think, is the guy who made Behave. He didn't make it like relative. And honestly, I don't think maybe he did make it relative, but not in a way where you could just fucking change the folder it's in and have it be fine. Like, I don't think that's on him. I think that's on me. You think rebuilding a tree will be better? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. So then the thing I don't know about is, should I fix these? I feel like fixing these might be a good idea. Because we can just essentially go in and we know they're in the same exact fucking spot, but there's 2 trees missing. Yeah, let's do that, and then let's try reloading the fucking add-on, and then that's probably not gonna work. There's a button to fix broken. Good point. Wow, that actually just did it. I swear I clicked that button and it didn't do it. Wow. Okay. Cool. Okay, so, but now you're still mad at me. So if I go back and look at fixed dependencies, you're good. It's interesting it doesn't tell me that, like, it's okay. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna open it anyway. Okay, so now annoyingly, we still have all these fucking errors, but they're not the same error. There's no more error about Godot utils, the behave utils.gd not working. But there are some problems. Add-ons behave debug graph edit.gd139 parse error. The variable type is being inferred from a variant value, so it will be treated as a variant. Warning treated as error. Oh my. Okay. Well, and then I guess honestly I should read this first, and probably this. They were a color that seemed okay. The no blender path thing regularly pops up, and I have not done anything about that, even when I was working through the tutorial. What is the next one? Okay, it's trying to load the old add-on. So then let's see if that gets fixed by us going into project settings, going into plugins. Oh, it's currently disabled. Okay. Okay. Now, how do I tell it I don't have the old add-on? Maybe I shouldn't have moved it. Ooh, maybe I should have turned it off, closed the file, closed the program, then moved it 2 folders back where it should have been, the behave add-on, then come back in and re-enabled this. Okay, let's save this guy. Let's close and reopen and see what happens. Oh Lord, I think it's still gonna be mad at me. Okay, that is far fewer errors. Add-ons behave debug debugger tab .gd is a parse error. Class behave debugger tab hides a global script. Oh my god. Oh my god. You have a restart project option in the project submenu. Oh my god, we even I used that like 5 times. Thank you, Dirk. Man. Just the sheer amount of repetition I need before I adjust my mental best practices now is so high. It's so fucking crazy. I used to pick up on that stuff immediately. Fucking crazy. It's okay. You'll remind me further. Yeah, I might need it. Okay, so we have some errors. I don't necessarily know if they're a problem. Don't be hard on myself. Look, I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to be the right amount of hard that gets me to improve, but not the wrong amount of hard that makes me feel like hopeless. You know, it's a thin line, and the line gets thinner as you get older. All right, so maybe we just accept these for a moment. Let me see what happens if I run the game. Will you go? Okay. For a second, I thought no. Okay, so the game will in fact go. Cool. Whoa. Editor debugger script editor debugger.cpp 817 unknown message behave register tree. Okay, so we might still need to redo all this. I don't actually know how to. Oh my. That is the same error. Like 20 times. Okay. Unregistered tree. Not unregistered tree. This is like the command. Oh, and the first command was actually to register it, and that didn't work. And then the next command was to unregister a tree, and that happened like 20 times and didn't work. Okay. Maybe we should remake the tree. Yeah. Damn. Okay, so then yeah, we have the duplicate saved. So if we needed to, we can go back to the beginning of today. So then let's see. Oh my god, bro. Ooh, and actually, I guess the best thing to do might be to just open the duplicate and we'll essentially redo all of this, but using the duplicate as a guide. Okay, so I want to see if I delete this. And then we run the game. Like there's no reason to be mad at me, right, game? Because there's nothing going on. We got a guy who walks around. That's fucking it. Hey, do I have collision for the ocean yet? Hey, I do. Okay, cool. We've been in the behavior tree forest for a while. I kind of forgot what I have and haven't done. All right. So again, our goal is to just get Raticate to go get some water when he's thirsty, go to the bush when he's hungry, and wiggle inside his den when he's fucking sleepy. And now we're kind of back at square one. No amount of mad visible captions. Yeah, there is something in the debugger. 3 errors. The parameter delta is never used in the function process. Can I go to that? Oh, cool. That's so nice. Okay. Oh, interesting. That's a fucking script I'm not even actually really using right now. It was part of a tutorial I followed to get some tall grass animation. So that's not that important. Oh my god, all the problem. Okay, 2 of the problems are in there. What is this problem? It is in the Raticate script. The parameter delta is never used in the function physics process. If this is intended, prefix it with an underscore delta. Interesting. So I thought the physics process always just had the term delta in it because you could change. Because the idea was that this thing happens every time the game updates. And that is the delta. The delta is the change in a thing. And in this case, that would be the game changes every time there's a new frame. By default. You can probably change that if you wanted to not have your game work that way for some reason, but all right, I'm just gonna put that there for now. Deltas are always screaming for being optional. Interesting. You hate them? All right, I need to read about that. I made a little Google search note. Okay, so then like we're back to being kind of functional. Fuck, where the hell is my I don't need it, but like where the hell is my world node? Why aren't you open, bro? I just like being able to see my world. Okay, cool. So, you know what, go be over here. So now we need to go back to Eradicate, and we need to give him save. All right, okay. Good idea. So we're just gonna start over. And then I guess that means I'll open another copy of Godot. But then I need to grab the backup that we made. I guess I would want to import, and then let's go into C, and then out of my stuff and into, it's just in Godot. It's in Godot projects. And then it is the Symbiote Scribe copy, right? We're just working on Symbiote Scribe. Yep. Okay, cool. There you are, buddy. Let's import that bitch. You what now, Durg? Mayorald. Oh my god, look at these errors. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna like move this. I'm gonna assume everything in OBS is gonna function properly for a brief period. If my camera freezes, let me know. Or don't, honestly, it's not that important. Okay. My world, okay. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Alright. Alright. Not your best. Okay, so I have it on the other screen. So then let's start with, we start with a behave tree, and that is just right under Eradicate. So let's make sure, great, we do have a behave tree option. Oh my god, I'm so uncomfortable not being able to see OBS. That's fucking weird. Okay, so then next we're gonna do a root selector. Actually, yeah, let me compress this. Okay, yeah, so the next, everything is inside of a root selector. How are you supposed to see what happens to my camera? It's my room. That's true. That's true. It's a mystery for you to solve. There is a way. There is technically a way. It's like a difficult perspective puzzle. You think there's no way to figure it out, but actually there is. Okay, so for this we need the root selector. Uh-oh. No, I named it root selector. It is just a selector composite, but I named it root selector because it is it's at the root. It's the base. We'll be poking around with interfaces so you can help me with inventories once I get to that part. Damn, okay, cool. You know the other way, but you don't know my address. Holy shit. You might be able to find it. But please don't. I'm probably in white pages. You could probably find me. Okay, so what is inside of this? We have a need sequence and a want selector. Okay. So first the need sequence. And then also we have a want selector. Hey, Booski. White pages, what year is it? Okay, well, it's a fucking... There's like a website that's like everybody's personal info. Like you could like look yourself up and it'll be like, we think they have these people are their cousins and this is their parents. These people are related to that person somehow. And like, they're kind of wrong. I've looked myself up before. They're kind of wrong. Anyway, also good morning to you, my dude. What is next? What is next? We need the selector. It is a selector composite. Hey, GRT. That is our want selector. Wow, I noticed I broke form in the In the old version, I put a space. We're not doing that. No spaces. Okay. Now we need to go back into the needs selector, and oh boy, are there so many things to add. Sequence. It's a sequence node. It's not a selector. All right, so we need to put a check in there. And you're just a regular kind of node? No, 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 you're not. You appear that way in Godot, but you're not actually that. All you can find is my mugshot. Sweet. We're looking for a condition leaf. That's what it is. That's the thing that's gonna check. Just call it needs check again. I kind of like having the name of each thing inside of it. So like this could be a needs condition check. Condition needs check. No. Let's just put it at the end. The other ones we have at the end. Like this is a sequence node and it's needs sequence. This is a selector node. It's want selector. Okay, sure. That I don't like it, but I think it's the best I got. Okay, and then after that we have an action. Interesting. I currently have it called test action. And I guess that's because we just, right now, our whole goal is to get the test action to function. It's not going to be the final action, but it's going to be the first piece of proof that our behavior tree is working. Okay. And so that is just an action leaf. And we will call that test action. And I think what I'll do is essentially we're going to move this around once we get this working. Then when we move over to the want section, we'll use the test action again to figure out if things are working right. Okay, then we need a need selector. Oh shit, I realized when you go to make a new fucking tree, it shows, or when you add a new node, it shows all the nodes you just used, like in order of recency. So I should be grabbing from there. Okay, and so then the needs selector, oh my god, there's so many things in here. Okay, we're gonna have 3 sequences. Fatigue, hunger, and thirst. Okay. So we should be able to just click you. Okay. Great. And then I think for now I'm just going to have this named sequence because I'm going to duplicate it and add words to it. Actually, no, that's silly. We'll call it fatigue sequence. And now to that, what are we adding? 3 conditionals that are going to be checking situations. Then the fatigue selector. And then a rest action. Oh my god, bro. Okay. Okay. So we're just gonna add another one. And this is gonna be a condition. Add another condition. Nope, not like that. Not like that. You gotta re-click that. And you know what? We could probably just duplicate this. Okay, so this is gonna be... Is fatigue above 50%? If Radicate's fatigue meter is above 50%, he's tired. He wants to sleep. This one is going to be... Okay, if your fatigue's above 50, fine. Then you need to deal with your fatigue. But is hunger more important? And then if not, is thirst more important? Maybe you're a little bit tired, but you're really thirsty as Eradicate. And then you'll go deal with... You'll deal with thirst first instead, if that's not the case. If fatigue is not higher. But if fatigue is above 50, it's higher than hunger and higher than thirst, then Eradicate will move on to To taking a nap. Best viewers. We've been hit by a bot. You know, I'm generally not for like corporal punishment. You know, I think it's like fucked up when people like they stole something and then they get like whipped or whatever. But if all forms of corporal punishment were made illegal, except for people who got caught making bots that spam people, I would know it was wrong, but I wouldn't do anything to stop it. Because boy, that's fucking annoying. You know who deserves to be whipped? Eggs. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. All right. You love whipped egg cream. I don't know if I've ever had egg cream. I like scrambled eggs. And I like things with cream in it. I don't know if I'd like whipped egg cream though. I might. Possible. Fucking bots. Oh, you know what? Actually, I need to report that fucking person. One moment. Xtomo XX. What a stupid name. Okay. All right. Anyway. OBS, we still good? We're still functioning? Okay, cool. So now I need the fatigue selector. Okay, and we need it to be in the part of the fatigue sequence. I'm on the line. The line of what? Shit. The line of not remembering. The thin line where I don't remember things like I used to. Okay, we just need a selector. Great. And then we also need an action. Okay, and this is... I didn't name them. Shit. Well, okay, you're the rest action. The line of unalign. Cool. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. There's a very strange car alarm outside that honestly just sounds like somebody honking their horn over and over. I have never heard a car alarm like that. It's fucking weird. Strange. Okay, so the fatigue selector needs some stuff. Needs some stuff in it. What goes in you, fatigue selector? A conditional check. Are we at the nest? You can't go to sleep unless you're at your nest. And if you're not at your nest, then you need to use an action leaf and you need to go to nest. And you know what? Let's call that go to nest action. All right. Our alarm sounds like a nice spell name. Oh, like magic missile or something. You probably need to write it like Kuralerm. So it won't be an obvious wordplay. Oh my god. Okay, maybe only if we had like some weird robots that the player is fighting. They could have cheeky spell abilities like that. That one's a little too like on the nose. Car alarm's weird. If they came from a world with cars, maybe. Kuralerm sounds cool. It sounds a little silly with the erm at the end. Take off the M and it sounds even cooler. Kuraler. Doesn't sound at all like a play on words of car alarm anymore, though. Still, sounds cool. Okay, so I think that's everything for the fatigue selector. And then that in turn is everything for the fatigue sequence. Okay. So now we still need a hunger sequence and a thirst sequence, but they're kind of similar to the fatigue sequence. So we're just going to copy fatigue sequence and make hunger sequence. And then we're going to go through and kind of change what we need to change. So we're going to check to see if hunger's above 50. And then we only need to check thirst. We don't need to also check hunger because we'll only be here after we've gotten rid of fatigue. So right now, hunger and thirst are the only things we need to deal with logically. We would only be here if fatigue was not an issue to deal with, or if fatigue was less of an issue. So we already know fatigue is less of a problem than either hunger or thirst. So we only need to check that hunger's above 50, check that hunger's greater than thirst, and then we move on our way. This is now hunger selector. Okay. So then for the hunger selector, you want to go to a food source. You don't want to go to your nest. You need food. So you're going to check to see if you're at your best food source. And if you're not, you're going to go to the best food source. Shit, since this is a conditional, the other ones just have check in them. Honestly, that's okay. It gets a little bit wordy. Needs check condition is all right, but at best food source check condition is a bit too long. So I think we'll just go without the word condition. Okay, and then instead of resting, we're not dealing with fatigue anymore. We're dealing with hunger, so we're gonna eat. All right. Shit. Wait, there we go. Okay, I was like, no, I collapsed too far. Okay, so we have fatigue and hunger dealt with. So now we're gonna duplicate hunger. Change it to thirst, you know what? And then same thing as before, we need one less check because we only come here if we already know that hunger and fatigue are not a problem as much. And actually, shit, I mean, I guess the thirst check is redundant, right? I don't have it in the other tree. Because, right, the only reason we'd be in here at all is if a check is above, is if fatigue, hunger, or thirst is above 50. So if we end up at this branch, it is because we have decided that thirst is most important. It's more important than fatigue or hunger, and either of those is also above 50. So if thirst is more important than something above 50, it too must be above 50. So we don't even really need this check. I'm gonna leave it in for now and maybe be slightly redundant. Logically, I don't think I need it. Not confident in that though. Despite it feels right. It feels right, but we can just have an extra check in there and have it be inefficient, and then I'll delete it. And if the thing runs exactly the same, then hey, I was right. I need to play. I can't play until all of them fail. Well, okay, maybe they don't all need to. They don't need to necessarily. I guess, yeah, sure. Because even if they succeed, then the need gets to be fulfilled, and then in the next run through the tree, it will fail. So yeah, for sure. And what I think is that that up at the top. And actually, yeah, let me reconceptualize this. At the very top, it's essentially going to check, are any of our needs, right here, the needs check is like, are any of our needs important to deal with? If they are not, then this need sequence is going to be like, okay, I don't need to do anything. Go fulfill your wants, Raticate. Your needs are not a problem, go fulfill your wants. So when when they all fail, it should happen way up here. So we shouldn't actually need this, but again, just gonna leave it just in case. I don't fucking know. And then when it's all functioning, I can just delete it if my theory's correct, and everything will still function the same. And we can demonstrate that at that juncture by just deleting it. Okay, so we have the thirst check. Then we would need the thirst selector. Then we would need to be at our best water source. And if we're not at our best water source, we need to go to the best water. Go to water food source. Okay, brain. All right. Oh, Control Z just deletes it all? What the? Hold on. It does. Control Z just deletes the whole thing in there. Interesting. Okay. All right. No. What you want to do. Oh my God. What you wanted to do is delete the word food and type the word water. Okay. And then it's time for the drink action. Okay. All right. I think we got that. So now we have our 3 need sequences. We have the need selector finished. So now we just need to do the want selector, which is much smaller. Oh, hey, Greg. Okay, bye, Greg. Okay, so what we want to do here is we need the play sequence. We're going to add a sequence. And then inside that sequence is a conditional check and an action. And again, add an action. And then we have one final thing that's part of the selector, which is the idle action. Okay. So you are the play sequence. So this is in the case that Raticate has no pressing needs. It will try to play with another Raticate. This is the play check conditional, where Raticate will look around for another Raticate that wants to play, or another group of Raticates that are playing. And then if he finds them, he'll join in playing with them. And then if not, and he'll just walk around and sniff the grass or something. Maybe go find a shady spot. For now, he's just going to walk around. But again, the goal is to get this basic tree working, then expand the tree. The goal will be to have like all sorts of Pokemon with their own unique ways to idle, their own special reactions to the player. If a player comes by and like Raticate are playing, they'll probably stop playing if they think you're a threat. Maybe if you're a very weak player, they'll size you up and be like, "Oh, we don't even he can't take us. We don't need to stop playing. If he tries to fight us, we'll kick his ass." Some animals will just hunt you. You walk by some crazy hungry bear and he sees you, he's just gonna fucking come at you. All right. But for now, all we're trying to do is some very basic things and then expand from there. Okay, so that is the structure of the tree redone. And I think everything we had done script-wise so far was just part of Raticate. And like each of these things should have a script. Interesting, they're a different color in here. In this version compared to the duplicate file where we haven't solved all the errors. That's strange. Okay, I can open them just fine in the duplicate. Let's see what happens if I try to open this. Okay, yeah, it works. It looks pretty much the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. Cool. It's cool that you can just look at all of the fucking code that goes into writing Behave. I probably need to look through this and figure things out, like writing variables to the blackboard, which is like a space that each behavior tree has to store variables. Like, for example, we only need to calculate something once, like a location to go eat some food. And then when we want to actually go eat the food, we can just refer to the blackboard stored location. We don't have to like calculate it and use it all in one. We can calculate it, store it, and then use it later. Or potentially many things. But yeah, that's cool. Okay, so let's go back to Raticate. And I think we can close the old Godot file. Great. Okay, here I am. Wonderful. Camera still works. All right. Oh, little Eevee's not quite in the shot. The new monitor doesn't sit in the same place. Oh, sorry, Eevee. All right. Maybe after the stream I'll adjust it. Still not sure how high I want the monitor. Pretty low right now. Nah, it's comfy. I used it all weekend without caring about where it is. It's comfy. Okay, so what we were working on last time was essentially just trying to get Raticate's fatigue to increase over time. We have a script where Raticate has some needs. And if I click on that, there we go. We can see Raticate's needs over here. And then actually, and you know what? For now, I don't know. Let's start them all at 40. So the goal is going to be to have a timer going that's going to slowly increase Raticate's fatigue. And our goal is to print fatigue to make sure that that's happening. Still hadn't achieved that. So we need to get that done. And then at that point, we know we can alter its variables correctly. And then we'll probably just set something up where every time a timer ticks, it's going to increase Raticate's needs by some amount. And like we'll have probably a fatigue grow slower. It'll be different for each animal. Like a something that hunts and kills a big creature. Its hunger will probably grow slower because the idea is that it can eat a lot and maybe only hunt like every other day or something. But then something like Raticate is just going to go eat some fucking berries. So his hunger is going to go up to the point where he'll eat berries like a few times throughout a day cycle. Still not sure how long that's going to be. Potentially like 20 minutes of daylight, 20 minutes of nighttime. And then it just swaps back and forth. And so then within that 20-minute period, Raticate would only get tired once. And he would get hungry and thirsty multiple times. So yeah, first it's going to be, can we even get those values to change? And then next it's going to be, how much should we change those values in a given amount of time? And then after that, seeking things out when those values change. And actually, honestly, I think that might be the first thing to do. Instead of worrying about the second thing, we'll do the first thing, which is to get the values to change. Then we'll get all of our actions functioning, like Raticate going to sleep when he is tired, which will just be him walking to his nest, standing on top of it, and then he'll be hidden. He'll be hidden for some amount of time. Maybe we'll find a fun little digging, burrowing sound effect to play. And then after some short period of time, he'll come back out and his fatigue will be restored. So I think we'll do that for each of them. We'll try to essentially make the code increase fatigue, so he'll go to sleep. Then we'll make the code increase thirst, so we'll go drink, then hunger. Okay, other way. Fatigue, hunger, thirst, since that's the order. And then we'll try doing some more complicated examples. But one thing that is strange, oh my. Okay, well, we still get fucking behave problems with the trees. You know what? Maybe I should save. Let's see if saving helps. Okay, the problem happened when we closed. Okay, so that's still a problem. That's going to be a thing to look up. Let's just put that into Firefox and we'll come to it in a moment. So now the other problem is that print isn't actually coming into play, even though it was working in the previous version. It just wasn't actually changing these values. The +5 was not changing the values. The increment by 5 was not changing any fucking value. It was just printing the same value over and over and over. So we probably need to specifically like if we put it in the physics process, then it may just automatically happen every frame. But I think what we wanted to do was have it based on the timer. So then we could have the timer be like a 1 second timer. And whenever it times out, we could have it add to fatigue. Let me see if that fucking works. So the idea would be when the timer times out, which right now the timer goes for 5 seconds, it should automatically start. It'll time out after 5 seconds. Then when that happens, you should add 5 to fatigue. And then you should print the fatigue amount, and then the timer should start again. And this is specifically referencing this timer. The like $sign with the actual exact name of the timer is specifically referencing that timer. Let's see what happens if we do this. I feel like it's gonna be mad at me. Probably do just fatigue equals fatigue plus 5. Why would that be better? I get that it's essentially you're saying where you're like redefining the fatigue value. It worked? Wait. Wait. Hold on. I didn't fucking see it. Let me resave and go back. I didn't see shit. Damn it, where is the actual... I thought the output would be showing you... Oh, hey, it did work. Oh, shit. I forgot I had to wait 5 seconds. I'm fucking dumb. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect that to just work. It did Derg? Huh? Wanna make it random? Not yet. Not yet. That's... We got stuff to do before that. Okay, so it increases pretty efficiently. We got that. This is still a problem. Let's look at this. Yeah, Dirk, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's exciting. You know how to make stuff random. It's probably cool. That will be helpful. That will absolutely be an essential part of the testing process. Just starting Radicate with 3 random numbers. But for now, we're in the perfect spot to start working on the fucking behavior tree. Don't stop being the flow, dude. Well, so here's the problem. Is whatever this error is clearly related like to behave, right? And the thing we were just doing, while it is an important setup, Mic Arm, could you chill? This mic arm is incredibly comfortable to use, but the tension spring is too tight. So it won't be right where I want it. I adjust it to where I want, and it's like, no, I need to be like a centimeter higher than that. Anyway, You believe in me? Yeah, we will be Googling this. So now that we're about to use the actual, like, behavior tree nodes, I feel like we should try to find out what the hell this is. So yeah, let's hide the desktop for a moment. Let's get Firefox in here. And, oh my God, my new screen is so bright. It is so bright and so dark. And my glasses are so dirty. Also, I think the new screen is going to help with my color blindness because, boy, I played some Destiny on it. And, like, the stuff that's red is so fucking red. I'm like, oh my God, I can see red. I can see red things. It might just be the HDR that helps. Can I send it in chat? The error? For a second, I was like, well, you want to know what monitor I have? There you go. Okay. So, probably searching this whole thing is probably not constructive. Especially with the number of results. So, what if we just... What if we just look at that? Behave trees with behave, rant and how to start. I think I watched part of this where somebody was basically like, the only tutorial is like 12 minutes and the guy just goes so fast and it doesn't teach you anything. So here's how you actually start understanding how this shit works. Fuck, okay. So then how about the number? How about the number in that error? Just put behave and then this. Is this just a general section for script errors? No. Shit, bro. Yeah, I don't think I have the, I don't think I have the fucking knowledge to figure out what this could be. Oh. JC's honeybees. Honey, nucks, and beekeeping education. What's a nuck? Well, it's like a thing that bees live in. Cute. Okay. Back on topic. I think maybe we just have to fucking hope it works. And we're going to be testing it bit by bit, so we'll know if it works or not. Okay, hold on. Let me look at that error again. Editor debugger, script editor debugger. So the problem is specifically in the debugger. So this is a bug with the debugger. So if I never needed to use Behave's debugger, it might be okay. Okay, one more quick try. I think the, like, this seems important. That this is an unknown message. Behave unregistered tree. And then honestly, I guess I need to add Godot. And there's nothing about it. All right, you know what? Whatever. Fuck it. I give up. This is irrelevant lore things. Back to the desktop. Okay. Whatever. Fine. We're on to our next thing. So I think what we'll have to do is open up the tutorial. Again, quick demonstration of this tutorial. It's a thing a nice person from Medium made. Apparently Medium is generally not a well-liked or respected thing in the programming world. I saw a funny Reddit post where people were making fun of them. But this person seemed to have done a pretty good job of making a Behave fucking tutorial. So the idea is that there's a person working. It hurts your brain. The error code? It hurts my brain too. Twitch says my connection's unstable now. That's brutal. All right. So anyway, hopefully the stream quality's okay. If it's nighttime, he goes home. If it's daytime, he goes to work. Oh, yeah, right. If you let him stay at either spot, it puts a little funny action thing. What happens if we switch it? Oh, he goes. He's like, oh shit, I'm going home. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Okay. And the way that this is handled is using Behave. Greg. Oh hey, this guy's thing gets the same fucking error. Interesting. All right. I mean, I guess that makes me feel slightly better. So if we need to, we can refer to this stuff. And by if we need to, I mean when we need to, which will probably be nearly immediately. Okay. So quick. Oh, did you find something? An image. You found an image. Oh my god, it's a kid just saying it hurts my head. Okay, all right. Fine. Okay. So a selector. A selector just wants to get one thing underneath of it to succeed. So the idea with the selector is it's gonna check about needs. And if everything in here says no, then the selector is going to be like, motherfucker, I need a yes. Go deal with wants then. So this thing should function if we get this working. Save before changing anything. All right. Okay. All right. So like if we get this test action working, it just shouldn't matter that the rest of the tree doesn't function, because this should be like the first thing that it wants to do. And so then we need to make the needs check work. So what the hell does this do? Conditions are leaf nodes that either return success or failure, depending on a single simple condition. They should never return running. Okay, that's nice to know. Okay. So I don't know what this line of code does or why it's there. Hopefully we can just ignore it. Function get class name. Why do you necessarily need a class name? I don't know. I'm sure it makes sense. Okay, so just gonna like write out some comment code that like what I want to do here. Where's the hashtag? There we go. Check the symbiote's needs for values greater than 50. And then what do we want to hashtag? So we want to return success. This is a sequence. Sequences they go till they fail. They'll do all the things inside of them until they fail. So what we want to do is succeed at the check and then have a test action occur. Later we're going to delete the test action, so the idea will be it'll check to see if needs are above 50, and if any of them are, then it succeeds. So that's what we need to do right here. Yeah, Dirk, I was gonna say you should have just done the fucking emote. Although again, that's shush, not hush. There's so many different ways to tell somebody to be quiet with just like SH noises. It's crazy. Okay, so if the needs, so you're gonna check the needs. If any need is greater than 50, then return success. Oh, I just have to actually hit enter here. I see. I'll get used to this. Might as well practice. Otherwise, return failure. Right? Like that's what we're trying to do. And I guess, you know what, let's have this as like 3 lines. You're gonna check the needs. If any need is greater than 50, you're gonna return success. Otherwise, return failure. Okay. How the fuck do I do that? I guess we write a function. And we'll just call it like needs check. Error at 17.1 expected opening after. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I need to fucking finish before I worry about it. Right. And then you want a colon. Okay. Are we cool? We're cool. Okay. So this will be our needs check function. We need Radicate's values. So then this is that situation. Dang, we had been working on it before, but I don't think it ended up being important. There is a format for grabbing variables. And actually, well, hold on. Okay, so what we're working on is the needs check. And could I go to Radicate and like, could I just like drag his fatigue? Ooh, you can drag it. Will it work though? So essentially what we would do is like if fatigue, if fatigue greater than 50, and then I think Dirk is saying that's an or hunger greater than 50, or can I just type or? Honestly, typing or seems better. Clearer. Need a colon at the end of an if condition. Expected indented block? Wait, error at 18.1? I haven't done it yet. I haven't even made it yet. Oh shit. Okay. So I need content. Add pass. I thought you only had to have like pass if you weren't fucking just as a placeholder. I thought you'd only need it if like nothing else was happening. Well, like up here. Will that make it not mad at me? Oh, damn. Invalid operands to operator, string and int. Oh shit. Okay, so hold on. It's viewing one of these as a string. Is it viewing fatigue as a string, not an integer? I don't... Interesting. It put them there. I just dragged it out. It put them there. How rude. Anything in parentheses is a string. God, I need like they're like board games that have really complicated rules, and then like nice people will make like a 1-page printout that's like, here's just a nice summary of everything for this stupid complicated game. I need that for Godot. I need to reference player. Well, yeah, okay. Definitely Raticate, because it's Raticate we're focusing on here. So what I was thinking is that if I dragged the values out of the inspector, that it might know to link them in the proper way. But clearly it doesn't, because yeah, now it's saying that fatigue is not declared in the current scope. Which is interesting, because before with the parentheses, it didn't have that problem. So we need to do that thing we were doing last time with like the dots to indicate that the thing that we're referring to is not inside needs. It's inside 1, 2, 3, 4 parents up, essentially. Yeah, I know that is referencing Raticate for sure. So I don't specifically remember how to do that. So let's go look that up. Come to me, Firefox. So we want to reference a variable in a parent in Godot. Pull, press Control, and let go. All right, crazy man. I think you had me do this before. So, like on Raticate, let me see what happens if I just drag Raticate in here. It is that. What happens if I hold Control and drag Raticate? It won't let me. Okay. So if we drag Raticate in here, wherever we have that end up, it's this situation, which is like Raticate's address, right? It's like, it's saying you go up 4 levels and you find Raticate. Now, I don't know where to actually put that. Like it kind of seems reasonable that I could just like if I put it on fatigue or something, like if I did that. Although I guess maybe it needs the string. But it seems like I need to actually like define it as a variable up here. Need to read it into variable. Well, that's not clear. Hold on. So I think either defining it up top. Ooh, okay, we can do this. Try to hold it over the line and press Control. Okay, what line? This sounds valuable. This sounds like a nice shorthand. Hold. Try to hold it over the line and press Control. So, hold what? Do you want me to drag Raticate and like hold it and then press Control? Be as clear as you can be, Dirg. And I will wait. I will wait patiently, listening to this nice Mario music. Enjoying my fermented tea beverage. And actually, you know what? I'll start looking this up. Referencing a parent node from a child node and an instanced scene at runtime. Okay, so somebody recommends using signals. Finding nodes by path is fragile, because the code will break if you change the relative location. Oh, we got a response from Dirk. Pull eradicate on the top of the text editor line where it is clear after class name. Hold control and let go. Okay, so it's like, let's make a little bit of extra space. So like drag eradicate, hold control. Ooh, okay. So now what have we done here? You can make it through Signal though. Yeah, Signal seems like the robust way to do it. I'm okay with not doing that because I don't think we're gonna change this structure very much, but Signal does sound like the smarter way to do things. And maybe that's something I can fuck around with off stream. I want to mostly try to just get this thing functioning as quickly as possible. So now we have to call for eradicate node variable. Okay. So like, wait. So if we did like eradicate.fatigue, eradicate.hunger, is that... Okay, maybe that's not what you're saying. Hold on. Call for eradicate node variable. Eradicate.health. That is what I was saying. Okay, so then... And would that work, though? It seemed like it was getting mad at me. Let's find out. And then let's make sure we spelled them all right. We'll go back to eradicate. And it is fatigue, hunger, thirst. Okay. And then we'll go back to the needs check. Script, fatigue, hunger, thirst. Okay. Okay. Now Behave is mad at us. I guess because this probably doesn't make sense overall now, right? Because we need to return success or return failure. So let me look at this guy. Let's look at this day condition, the is day condition leaf. Okay. So yeah, we actually specifically need to be returning success or returning failure. And then hopefully it will not yell at us. Okay. So if one of those things is true, then we have needs to deal with. And this is a sequence, so we would want to return success. And then otherwise, we would return failure. Right, because the whole thing is, if eradicate has any needs to take care of, then we want to continue through this sequence. If not, we want to be done with this sequence. So that seems right. A failure sounds cool. That's a fucking... Like, it sounds like we're going to try to catch a fairy to put him in a lantern. So we can go through the shadow cursed lands. Protected by fairy light. Okay. So we still have the problem that fatigue is not declared in the current scope. Although this is different than the previous thing, right? Like, hold on. Like, if I just say fatigue, it's Was it not a different... Okay, the error was appearing up here. And so with Radicate in here... No, we haven't run it yet. With Radicate in here, there are other problems that have appeared. Identifier fatigue not declared in the current scope. So yeah, maybe running it would actually, once this is readied, it will be declared and it'll be okay. The other things sound kind of bad. There's an issue with behave/node/leave/blackboard has parse error. Could not resolve class condition leaf. That sounds like a problem. Did I put something weird in here that has now confused it so it doesn't think that this is a condition leaf? Like when did that happen? You can actually make it a different way. Well, now, but I mean, will this work though? If it'll work, I don't mind doing it this way. If I take that out, are you no longer mad? Okay, so maybe these don't update and disappear. Oh, good point. Okay, so right, let's look at this. The way a behavior tree works is every frame of the game, if the behavior tree is not doing something currently, it tries to run through its processes, and that is like the tick function. So we probably do need a tick function, and that probably should be the function that we're working on. Because the tick function is the thing that does like the whole fucking thing. Okay. Okay. So then we just change needs check to tick. And then everybody's fucking happy. And then this is that thing where you put an underscore because you don't necessarily have one. Right, Seth? What? I'm right. I'm right about the tick function. Ah. Okay. So like now are we good? And then if this worked, what would happen? Let's print success. Right. No. Can you just print the text success? Let's also print debug stuff. Well, honestly, I was kind of thinking that's what I was doing, but put a string in brackets. Okay, I did. What else would you want to be printing? Because I feel like printing this would, that will let us know, right? If this works and it hits success, it'll let us know. Then the next thing we're going to need to do is actually turn that into an action. Ooh, and you know what? Actually, could we also, if we put in here failure, then it should say failure over and over until it says success. And you'd print something if one of the needs is low enough before return. So I couldn't put this like afterwards. So if we did something like that, then it should function. Let's see. Just what's the worst that could happen? I saved. Okay, the worst that could happen is it just crashes. Excellent. And it is currently running, but it always just fucking hides its shit from me. Oh. My phone thinks I'm talking to it. Wonderful. Okay. Now, hold on. What happened? Okay. We should try Signal. Ah! Alright. Okay, so then if we're gonna do that, I may need to open back up the Godot tutorial. And really, like Signal seems like the smart thing to do in the long run, but also kind of, you know, it's going to be me looking for what to do for like 40 minutes. And then when I actually figure out what to do, it's going to take like 5 minutes. Also, real quick, I'm going to go close the windows. It's getting kind of hot. Greg, get your butt out of the camera. Get out of here. Rude ass cat. Okay. So kind of hot indeed. So if we're gonna fucking do this through signals, we need to make Raticate emit signals, right? And okay, conceptually, how do we do this? We just have Raticate constantly emit its value? Rather than, like, first I was thinking Raticate would emit a signal when its fatigue is over a certain number. But, like, no, it needs to constantly be emitting its value. Because those values will change potentially at any moment. Okay. Okay. So then, go to Firefox. Greg. Okay, so what we want to do is... let's see, do I still have the tutorial? Wow, really? Really, Firefox? It's just Godot, it's just Godot engine, not Godot.engine. Okay. So we can get the info in our first 2D game for sure, but that's going to be kind of annoying. We might emit it on the timer, though. No, we don't. Don't listen to me. Yeah, the time that I don't think would be the way to do it. I think. And let me just make sure. I think what we want to do is Raticate is constantly emitting its specific values. And then because those values are constantly being emitted, we can just grab them by going into here. And then if we come here, we will have a list of signals. We can get the signals from Raticate, put them into this code. I'm a bit suspicious that that's not the problem of what just happened, though. And is not why the game actually crashed. So that might not actually help us, but because this is the better way to do it in the long run, and I think understanding signals is like a valuable thing for making games, We might as well do it this way. Because if we move anything around, if the relationship between the script we're currently trying to write and the Radicate node, if any of that gets changed, which I don't think it will, but it could, then it just, the thing we're doing won't function anymore, and we'd have to go through and update it. And if we had to do that for like 150 creatures, because I decided to change something, it would be bad. Oh my god, my throat. One moment. Is that better? Kind of. Okay, so then... let's just read about using signals. And let's see if this is enough. Oh shit, do I still have the thing where I can move my camera with a button press? Oh, I think I deleted it. Dang. Okay, well, for now, I'll hang out over here. Okay. So signals are messages that nodes emit when something happens, like a button being pressed. Other nodes can connect to that signal, call a function when the event occurs. Okay. Now that's kind of annoying because I don't want to say when something specific happens. I want to say what is happening. This value is now at this number. Maybe there's a way around that. Signals are a delegation mechanism built into Godot that allows one game object to react to a change in another without them referencing one another. Using signals limits coupling and keeps your code flexible. Okay, that sounds like what we've been told. For example, you might have a life bar on the screen that represents the player's health. When the player takes damage or uses a healing potion, you want the bar to reflect the change. To do so in Godot, you would use signals. Okay. Okay, so this is them adding a button. And they're adding a sprite to the button, creating the area for the button, and none of this is important. All that matters is the grade. Here we go. Okay. They want to connect the button's pressed signal, their sprite 2D. Okay, so this is going to be annoying because they're probably going to use just like a default thing. The button probably comes with a default pressed signal. I need to make my own signal. You'll look through control elements later. Okay. Sure. You can declare a signal. Yeah, but like a fucking how, you know? Okay, so maybe that will be in here somewhere else. So this is how you connect the signal. That I know how to do the easiest version of that. And then I understand that it will give me a function. It's like once we get here, we're fucking golden. And instead of function on button pressed, we're going to have like function no eradicates fatigue. Okay, great. Here's the thing we probably want. Well, I need to create the signal. To use a different node, Godot has a timer. You're just about to use a default thing, huh? All right. Dirg has something. Just about the Signal class. Ooh. Don't forget to give Durg head pats. I don't have a head pats thing. You could have a noise. You can have a noise. I'll see if I can find you a nice head pat thing for future helpful contributions, Dirk. Okay. So a signal is a built-in variant type that represents a signal of an object instance. Like all variant types, it can be stored in variables and passed to functions. Signals allow all connected callables, and by extension, their respective objects, to listen and react to events without directly referencing one another. Keeps the code flexible and easier to manage. Indeed. Okay, in GDScript, signals can be declared with the signal keyword. Okay. So how? Oh, this is one of those things where I'm having like trouble thinking like a fucking computer. The signal I want to send out isn't just that something happened. I want to send out Radicate's like current fatigue value. Not just be like, Radicate is fatigued. I want a fucking number along with that. And maybe we could maybe the signal we send out could be like fatigued 50, fatigued 60. You say the signal name and then put variables of hunger, exhaust, and stuff in that. Okay. So I was kind of conceptualizing a signal as it's just like something happened. Not any more information than something happened. The button is pressed, or the fucking player is attacked. I don't know how to actually send it out, and maybe maybe there's information here. Okay, so is this saying that we can indeed send a signal with some kind of value attached to it? Okay. Whoa, constructs a signal as a copy of the given signal. Creates a new signal named signal in the specified object. I can... Sure, it's just I'm big dumb when dealing with computer language, you know? Oh my god. Sweet. This is like this is great. I just fucking ask questions and Dirk sends me answers. I love it. I kind of don't. I feel like I should be doing more, but if Dirk's gonna keep giving me the answers, I'm gonna keep taking them. Okay, how would I send a int value? That is like beautifully difficult to say no matter how you try to say it. How would I send an int value to the parent of a scene? Oh my god. Okay. So this person named it an ant value. Oh my god, all right. This person named it have an int. Like, here, have an integer is what that sounds like. So, okay. So they're emitting as a signal. The signal's called have an int, and they're sending out some integer value. So then what we could do is repurpose this and send out like Radicate's fatigue value. And then they have this tied to the function, the physics function, or I guess rather to a process that happens every frame where they're just emitting this signal. Okay. I guess let's try it. Now, this specifically is going backwards. This is asking how to send an int value to a parent. We're going the other way. We're having a parent send the int value down to like it's like 5th child or something. Oh my God, this person said they're having trouble because their head is working on -3%. I feel you, dude. Make a custom signal, emit the energy through that, connect the signal to the parent, update the variable from the signal's int. Do people that say this just like not understand that like, like if I knew how to do that, it would be fucking easy. This guy gets it. This guy gets it. Okay, so let's fucking do it. I've left myself on the soundboard. All right, I'm gonna move. We're gonna move this over here. Do that. All right, desktop should be visible. Yep. I gotta move me. Be back over here. Oh no. Oh no, Firefox is poking out. Okay. All right. Okay. Have the concept of a table. The child can say to a parent, I will leave you a knot under a red bowl. The same way the parent can a note. Yeah, it should. Yeah, I didn't say that. I should have said that. It should go both ways, right? The purpose of this signal system is to be resilient, and it should work the other direction as well. So we need to change Radicate first. So let's get the Radicate script. You just have to know to search for it under the right bowl. Yeah, sure. Okay, so what we want to do is make a signal. And hopefully we can put it up here. Let's just call it like Radicate fatigue. Right? I need a process, not a physics process. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Also, wait, wouldn't either one work? Because the physics process is just generally going off every frame. Couldn't you just use the physics one? What would happen if I did? I can put all the elements together, you think? I don't know what that means specifically. But I mean, we'll put them like right here. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so the value we want is just fatigue. Is this okay? You're mad at me. Okay. Okay. Now, if I do that, shit, there's like, you're already an integer. Just know that the fatigue is an integer. Or you're saying the value is an integer, and then when you send it, you choose the thing. Okay, that's not how I had conceptualized it. But let's see. You change the value to fatigue. Ah. Bro, I think about all of this stuff backwards. Okay. Oh. Hmm. 13.1 used a tab character for indentation. Wait, for real? Now how? Because I don't. Do I need a pass here? Also, oh, this should be like that. Ooh, pasting in is bad. Oof. I do, and it's all right. Yeah. You know, I'm just trying to fucking. I would like to stop doing that. Okay, so then this is fatigue, and it's an integer. Okay. I mean, I know it's an integer. It's weird I have to tell it is, because it already is. I guess it's smart to do that in case you're switching between floating values and then getting an integer of a floating value. It's like being succinct. Okay, and then we're just gonna fucking emit our eradicate fatigue signal. Why do we have a 1 here? Can I? Maybe it's like every single frame. I don't know. I know there's a way to just like bring up, there we go. You can just like control click to get info. Emits a signal. All callables connected to the signal will be triggered. This method supports a variable number of arguments, and parameters can be passed as a comma separated list. Okay, cool. Interesting. All right, back to eradicate. Okay. Yeah, it's the value that we're emitting. We're emitting fatigue for sure, for sure. Okay. So don't put a number there. I need to actually put fatigue? That's where the list of things goes. Okay. All right, let's see if that works. So now if we did this right, we should be emitting this signal all the time. Every frame of the game. And then also, you know what? I guess I don't even really like need these. So let's just not have them. Okay. Oh, and then I guess we don't need pass anymore because we're actually doing a thing? Cool. All right. So now we should be able to go to the needs check. Shoot. Okay, no. We want eradicate visible here. We want the needs check visible there. And we should be able to look. Okay. Okay. We can see the signal that we want. So let's just save, and then guess we should delete all of this. Okay, wait, maybe not. Maybe we bring the signal in so we have the value. And then we still run this exact same code. We just tweak these to be looking at the signals we just had sent in, I think. So like we won't need this anymore. And we should be able to refer to like our local values because we're gonna like bring them in. Maybe. Okay, so the things that we need to do. Okay, so the Firefox example, real quick, has this under the oh no, don't change the size like this. It has it under the ready function, which is like the default function that everything has, but these nodes don't have that. So maybe for now we try putting that in, but that might break things. You know what? Maybe it could be part of the tick. Maybe it could just be part of the tick. Let's see what happens. So you're going to do some things. Let's see what this line is. Oh my god, this is such a long fucking line. Oh my god, I just like can't fucking copy it because it's so ridiculously long. Okay, so I'm just going to paste this in and we will reference it and fix it. Okay. So, oh my god. So we don't want it to be part of the ready function. We want this whole thing to be like up here. Get rid of the ready function. Oh, I know you're mad, buddy. I know you're mad. Oh shit, and it has multiple shit. Oh, I guess this is just a cute little helper function to print out and let you know that it's getting the integer. Okay, so we don't actually need a second function. We only need this fucking situation. You could instead connect the signal to the inspector. I think that's what we want to do. Okay. So okay, I don't understand the format this is written in. But this is the thing that should get us those integers, those values. And shit, I guess for now, while we're testing this, we should only be doing fatigue. And so what we want to do is end up with something like this from connecting Radicate and the signal that it's emitted to the needs check. Method descriptions. Okay, I'll check that in just a second. So so if we just connect it the default way, it writes us this function. It like names us a function, gives us this variable, and then lets us do what we want with this thing. The problem is we need to have it as part of the tick. So then maybe this will just get us the variable. We have this like up here. And then we just would have fatigue at this point. All right, let's look at the method descriptions. All right, what are we doing? Connects the signal to the specified callable. Optional flags can also be added to configure the connection's behavior. See connect flag constants. You can provide additional arguments to the connected callable by using callable bind.
Hello.
This is cute. Hey, Crazy Pants. How's it going, dude? Trying to figure out shit way beyond my comprehension level. Confusing. It's interesting, but it's confusing. Okay, so I understand this. This is just like a cute thing that's going to print out the button was pressed when you press it. Or well, whenever. In this case, it's a button that's being pressed. In other cases, it might be some other kind of signal. being signaled. I don't know how to use that with behave, though. I don't know where to put those things exactly. So... Ooh, and specifically because we're not just trying to have something print a cute little thing saying like, oh, this button was pressed. We're trying to use a variable. That might be in here. Let's connect to signal. Amidst the signal, all callables connected to the signal will be triggered. Array get connections, string name get name. Operator descriptions. Okay, I think I should just fuck with this. And we'll see what works and what doesn't. So we can get fatigue. Oh hey, how does fisheye? Oh no. Oh no. I fixed fisheye and then I fucking removed the camera. Oof. Actually, you know what? Hold on. That's kind of better. Fish ear, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. I didn't fully delete this, so now instead of pass, it just says ass. Okay, so then let's put pass up here so it'll stop being mad. Are we good? Right, no, we're not good because I need that there. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, great. That's what I want though. Fatigue is not declared in the current scope because that's what we want to figure out is how we make this function do that. Or we don't necessarily do that. Shoot, am I still on the... Yeah, okay, if we go down here... Signal can be connected once to the same callable. If the signal is already connected, it returns global, scope, error, invalid parameter. Okay. So... how would this help me? Or button in buttons get children. Button pressed connect. On pressed bind button. Damn it. Okay, so this not being an exact example is making it hard for me to guess what I should try doing. Like, I feel like what I want to do is just be like, every time you emit this signal, I just want to like define that variable for me. Just make this a local variable. And yes, let me go back. I guess I should just try to duplicate this exact thing. And then restructure it to work. So instead of this, we don't actually need a function that occurs. And you know what? We should maybe just try having this be a ready function and see what happens. Because we want it to be... Oh, no, we want it to be happening like all the time. Okay. Yeah, we do want it to be part of the tick. All right. Okay. So, shit. I don't have my desktop shown. All right. So this long thing, I want to try to make it work in here. Let's get rid of this note. I don't know why the note isn't on a new line. That's really fucking annoying. Maybe that's the smarter way to do it. I don't like it. So what the fuck do? We need to take the child, and really what we're after is the parent. So can I just I wish I could just click you and have you replace that name. So if we just did like Radicate, and then we need the Radicate button thing, which I think is just like Radicate Fatigue, right? They named their function have an int. Our function is named Radicate Fatigue. Do that. Okay. Now, this part. What is this part? This is part of the second thing. Because then they're just running this function that's printing out the integer. And so then like now this is a variable that this thing can work with. So, fuck, wrong thing. What? Like, what the fuck is that? What is being put there? The name of that function. Like, fucking what? Going back. Function ready, the child, have an int, connect. I got an int. So you're connecting this function to this function that's in here? This could be formatted so I could understand it better. It's annoying to try and differentiate. Like, I think this should actually be there because this is defining that this is an integer, and then this is the name they chose. Okay, so then, like, what the fuck? I would need to make... Okay, so maybe this needs to be a separate actual function. And then we connect it to the tick function. Because what I need this integer that I'm sending over inside the tick function. Once the signal's emitted, it calls all the functions. Fuck, I don't know what that means. So once the Radicate script emits the signal with the Radicate Fatigue, it's going to call all the connected functions. Okay. So then we don't necessarily need to worry about that because this function is going to just happen regularly. Okay. Okay, so hold on. So this should be its own thing. And then what we want to do is get a situation where we're defining a variable. So let's just copy this weird structure. In here. So then we're going to take this long thing out. We're going to put this in here. We're going to make this an indent instead of a bunch of spaces, which is just insane. Who would do that? Okay. So we're going to connect this to... We're just going to leave it being called I got an int. And then... the int is just supposed to be fatigue, right? And then... like, we don't want to print fatigue. We want to, like, define fatigue as a variable. So, okay. 1, how do we do this? And then 2, what is this error? Expected indented block after function declaration. Wait, there is one. Shit. No, it's because I didn't do that. Cool. And then great. We're back to the actual problem. Okay. So I just need to fucking define fatigue. I have brought it in. I think successfully. And now I just need to say that this variable, this integer that I brought in. So if I want to do that, I should define fatigue at the top. Ooh, okay. This is so shaky with my like limited knowledge, and then further messing with this weird behavior tree script that like I don't fucking understand. Okay, so then just like Radicate, we want a fucking variable. And I guess we'll just define all of them, right? And then I don't know if we don't need the range, because that should kind of just be handled. So then I think what we'll do is, oh shit, I need to click the script. Okay, so we need to define a bunch of variables here, and then we don't need a value? Whoa. Fascinating. Okay. You need just the name and the type. So we do this. Now if this is just the same name, will it just like, it'll automatically overwrite it? There like won't be a fucking problem? Because that seems too easy. That just seems too fucking easy. I'm gonna click play and it's probably gonna still crash. Because I think whatever was going on, yeah. Oh, okay, well this is different. This is a new thing. Now I can make the function get needs. Okay. So... invalid get index. Eradicate fatigue on base null instance. Uh-oh. Okay, so if I make the get needs function, like, do I need this I got an int function? So the whole point of this was just to print out that integer. And so then I think what we need to do is essentially like switch this to the like get needs function. But make the function get needs and connect it to the signal. Instead, I set a variable. Shit. Okay. So then we don't need this. Yeah, I know I need to set I need to set this thing's fatigue variable to whatever the new fatigue variable is that I'm bringing in through the signal. And I think I thought the way to achieve that would be essentially just like modifying this second function, because the signal, like this is connected to the signal now. And so I guess if we name this function, fuck, I don't know. Let's name it like get new needs. Get new needs. Shit, what are you mad about? There we go. I did declare it. Thank you, Godot. You got my back. Okay. So we're going to ignore the fact that it's needs plural, but we only have fatigue right now. We will eventually get all of them. So how the fuck do I actually, like, all I want to do with this is tell it to, like, hey, this fatigue value, like, set it as this fatigue value. And I have no idea how to fucking do that. Because I have no way, I don't understand how to refer to this value. And then connect it to this one. Maybe they shouldn't have the same name. That could be a problem. Yeah, so then do you think we should define these variables differently? They should be like new fatigue. And then we just define new fatigue as fatigue. Okay. Let's try that. No? Oh my god. Okay. All right. Okay, so then what is your example saying? You just rename what the signal gives me. You just rename what the signal gives you. Sorry. Formatted that sentence poorly. So now how does that fuck? And how does that get us to where we want to go, though? So, okay. We'll leave pass in here for now. So right now this is fatigue : int, and it needs to stay that way. And then you were just saying like the next line would just be that fatigue equals new, oh my god, new fatigue. Yeah, I leave int for sure. So, but then I need to define new fatigue, right? Doesn't need to stay that way. What does that mean, Derg? I leave int. It doesn't need to stay that way in parentheses. You're saying to change this to new fatigue : int? I feel like this needs to be new fatigue : int. But then that also seems wrong that we haven't defined up here. Shit, yes. Oh god, which of those things though? Okay, so if I do that, but then also that, this still seems wrong because we're not following the format of that example. It's the format of the example. Functions have parameters that it's passed with. Sure, that makes sense. You add int only at the top. Okay. So like now that we know it's an integer, we don't need to constantly refer to it as one. My problem is how we deal with the new fatigue thing. So when you define a function, you define the type of parameters. Okay. And local names within its context. Okay. So okay, so then looking at this example that they did. This function is specifically referencing the integer from signal have an int value integer, and God, the way this is written is really unclear. Like, isn't this this is like the fatigue we'd be talking about? So here, this should also be that same thing. Shit. It might be a bad example, or I'm just having trouble understanding it. So get new needs new fatigue. Interesting. That seems like that's not how the example was set up, but I'm realizing the example is not great. You just call parameter a new fatigue. Okay. And so then how do I make sure that this fatigue is the fatigue from Radicate, though? Now it should work. No way. No way. You ensure it in Signal Connect. Huh. So okay, this is connected to this function. So we connected the Radicate fatigue value to this function. So then it will define new fatigue as the Radicate fatigue value. But then down here, don't I need to be referring to new fatigue? Like, the whole purpose of defining this, I feel like down here means I need to be referring to it. Because this will still just be the whatever the old fatigue value is. I just set fatigue to new fatigue. Oh my god, maybe I'm viewing this backwards. But okay. Yeah, maybe I was looking at it backwards. And so then the idea is that this is the fatigue on this page. And we just connected the Radicate fatigue value to be new fatigue. So when we define this fatigue as that new fatigue, you're a bad teacher. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I think there's somewhat a language barrier And then also a stream delay makes it, at least both of those things make it a little harder than it could be. And then we have to bring in whatever your teaching skills are. Okay, so I think I was conceptualizing this backwards. And I think I get the idea, but now we still have a problem, which is invalid get index, eradicate fatigue, on base, null instance. Did I spell this wrong? Eradicate, what's your deal? Let's look at your script. So the process is eradicate underscore fatigue, but it is just emitting fatigue. So crap. Okay. Does that mean this should just be fatigue? That seems wrong. Because it seems like I want to connect it to the function name. Because, no, yeah, not the function name, the signal name. The signal is eradicate fatigue. So, shit. This seems fucking right. Only an underscore, no spaces, no caps. All right. Well, shit. One problem is, when you try to run when you try to actually test run the game, if it has any kind of serious debug error, it just minimizes, and you would think it's crashed, but it's actually still running. So it's been running that whole fucking time, probably giving me not updated debug issues. Okay, so let's fucking try it like this. Are you gonna crash again? Yes. And it is that same problem. Okay. And then there's a stack frame that I can't fully read. Okay, so it doesn't like having a ready function. So maybe that's just a thing about the behavior tree, is it can only have like a tick function and no ready function. So could I combine all of these into the tick function? It seems like no. Maybe do it in the body without a function. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I really think what we need to be doing is putting it all in here. It needs to be part of the tick. When the tick happens, we need to make sure the signal is connected, and it needs to get the new fatigue value. But delete a function header. That's it. Okay, so like you're saying like just fucking just do that. Because I don't need to connect it again and again. Well, the interesting thing about onReady is it should only do that once, but let's see what happens. Because maybe that is good enough. I think it's still gonna be mad at us. Okay, it's still mad. Parse error could not parse global class condition leaf. Now that doesn't seem like a me problem. That seems like a fucking you problem, Behave. Shit. Why? Huh. Okay. How can I copy this? Copy error. Thank you. All right. To the internet. And then let's go Firefox full screen. God damn it. Okay. A thesis, a doctorate thesis from Alexandre Garnier with some fucking condition leave thing. All right, so that doesn't seem helpful. Okay. Yeah, Dirk, I know where it says we have the problem, and I have it highlighted. It said we cannot have a thing in the body. Yeah? Oh, in the previous script. Well, shit. This just says, could not parse global class condition leaf. That is the exact same error. Does that? Huh. Well, it is mad about this. Okay. So bringing back the ready function, was this the thing that you were saying? Unexpected dollar. Where, damn it, where is that actually being noted? Like, I guess when it was like that, this had turned red. There we go. Right here, okay. Okay. Okay, so this is a no. Okay, so maybe should we look around in the example? Shit, we should close this first. Maybe we should look around in the example and see. There's gotta be some other places that have more complicated scripts than this. And maybe we can kind of figure out what is allowed and what is not. Shit, also, my condition leaf has so much extra stuff in it. Oh, I guess just like the icon. And then this. Oh, and the notes. So like in the example, this has been deleted and this has been deleted. And like, boy, if I can do that, I would like to, because it's very nice how simple this is. And then also, like, clearly these icons and things are still in place correctly. So why? Like, why is this, like, icon thing here? I don't get it. And then also, instead of extends condition leaf, it says class name condition leaf extends leaf. I don't know why that's there by default. Might be okay to take it out. We'll decide on that later. Okay, so I don't know the meaning of the different colors for the script. Maybe one of them is like hasn't had any changes made to it? I don't know. Okay, so at the top of this, like the very high level tree, there's a bunch of information. Nice note that you can change the tick rate. An optional node path this behavior tree should apply to. That's interesting. Whether to run this tree in a physics or idle thread, that's cool for optimization, or I don't know if you needed maybe better performance. You could have it run in a different thread. That's interesting. A custom Blackboard node. An internal Blackboard will be used if no Blackboard is provided explicitly. That's cool. So you could have a node that just is your Blackboard. Okay. So just a bunch of these are just like nicely notated options. Oh, you can just turn the behavior tree off. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to find what we want there. You feel like you're a bad teacher because you understand Godot not much more than me. I mean, that would certainly be part of it. I'm honestly surprised you have any intuition about a lot of these things, but I know you've been messing around with Godot. And if you had been, I don't know, I spend a few hours with this stuff a day. If you're spending more than that, you could easily pace ahead of me in like a few weeks. And a lot of what I'm doing is just like broad learning about everything. Trying to keep, I'm just like watching tutorial videos and trying to make notes of like, oh, that's a cool kind of effect to use later. But, you know. Dirk, I don't expect you to just know everything and teach me. It's nice when you have thoughts about what to do, but I'm not just gonna, you know, assume you know the answer for sure. Sometimes you spend like 8 hours, sometimes like 30 minutes. It depends on hyperfocus. Yeah, I feel you. If I had that amount of time, I would probably be doing that. But for me, it's more like 2 or 3 hours here, then 30 minutes sometimes, then 2 or 3 hours sometimes. Just depending. So, oh my god, the way this is laid out is so... Like, it all looks so nice and organized, but, like, beyond my ability to comprehend. And it's really interesting how simplified the example, like, conditionals are. They have, like, fucking nothing in them. If you had the freedom of mind, you'd probably not do it. You'd probably do other stuff. Yeah. It's fucking hard, right? Like motivating yourself to do things, having the time to do things, having those things align. I don't know. Plus, there's also like a million other things I should be doing. Like at any given time, there's a room in this house that is not fucking clean, and it should be fucking clean. Or some dishes that need doing, or some plants I haven't watered, or a lawn that needs taken care of. So it's like, I don't know. Everybody has that kind of struggle. You got to get shit to, you got to get the stars to align. Some people have a lot of willpower to make that fucking happen. So this is a bit more complicated. And it doesn't seem like it has all of the stuff in it that, like my condition node has a bunch of pre-baked stuff in it that may or may not be important. The condition nodes that this guy has programmed are really fucking simple. But if we look at this action is at least a little bit complicated, and it uses the tick functionality just like the conditional checks. I guess maybe we could analyze this. Okay, so he has a little note about what it's doing. It's the walk to building action. Oh, that's funny, but then over here he calls it the enter building action. Extends action leave, sure. Then he enumerates the 2 different target options that he has. You're either going to go home or you're going to work. And then exports the variable walk to target, right? So then you can choose whether to go home or to work. So then he can use one of these. It's basically the same to go home or to go to work. You just choose a different target. You have 2 different actions that are basically the same duplicated thing using the value of a behavior tree. And then the actual tick part. And so then this is probably why the model will update the moment you click like the moment you click night, and then even if you just switch back and forth, right? Because this thing is fucking ticking and trying to do the right thing at any given moment. So he defines a variable and then has a bunch of ifs. And then a final like else. And he's either going to return success or running. So then hold on. This is the enter building action. Okay. Let's look at the walk to building action instead. Okay, it's structured in a really similar way. Why do these 2 ifs not have a success? I kind of thought they all needed to either return success or running or failure. If walk to is the target home, then target that building. Okay. Okay, right, because these are just like him getting the targets, and then this is like if he's in range, then return success. He's walked to the building successfully, now he can enter it. And then if he's not in range, then don't return success, just say running. Okay, okay. So then this isn't a like if else thing. You could have 2 of these ifs happening at the same time. Okay. Okay, that still doesn't really help me. I guess like you can define a variable inside the tick function. So damn. Like, could we just fucking do all of this inside the tick function? Is that the fucking thing to do? So the frustrating thing is that the example that we've used, just put the ready function back in, even though I know it'll get mad about that. So the example that we used is specifically like getting a signal and then sending that information to a different function. So we just need to check if the signal's connected. Yeah, I don't know how to do that within a function. So what would we do? We would need to start with this, and then we just need to check if the signal's connected to not reconnect it again. Ooh, Right, that was one of the problems listed. So, well, I mean, the problem is I can't even like successfully connect it outside of the the tick function. It gets fucking mad at me, and I don't actually know how to do this. Oh. I mean, I need to just try fucking something, right? And then just to make sure, like, you're gonna crash, right? And you're gonna be mad about this situation. Okay. Let's go ahead and close you. Specifically, the problem is it's an invalid index. That Raticate fatigue is an invalid index. Interesting. Node not found. Raticate relative to root world node Raticate behave. Okay. So it's like not finding Raticate. Shit. Because this is just for a parent node. Hold on. Would we... Okay. Do we need to do that weird format? Shit. Well, no, because the whole point of this is to not have to have that format. The whole point of signals is to not need that referential address. Yeah, okay, so let's disconnect this for now. God, how do I connect this but not as a fucking function? Oh my god. Have I tried connecting it through the menu? Yeah, so what that will do is it tries to like write you a function. If you double click this and then you connect it to your needs check, I have a function to connect it to. Well, ooh. Just tell it that I have one. Okay, so then sure, let's try that. Let's disconnect this. So then we would still need to choose the needs check. But then would we change the receiver message? We could select get new needs. Okay, let's see. Receiver method, not message, method. Shit, this is method, right? So then what does that do? Now this is connected. So then we don't need this anymore? Oh shit, bro. Oh my god. Okay, let's just fuck around with stuff. Okay, so now that this is connected, and then now you have the signal icon near your Rattata. You mean Raticate? Yeah, I thought we had it before. Maybe not. And then now we have this as the like letting us know it's connected. So then if we define fatigue as new fatigue, like maybe this would work. Okay. Okay, we're functioning. It succeeded once. Success was in there for a brief moment. Okay, hold on. So so it did succeed, but I think it should just keep succeeding if things work the way that we expect. Hold on. So what should be happening is every few seconds, Raticate's fatigue goes up by 5. It's very quickly going to go from 40, I think it was 5 seconds. Shit. Inspector. Yeah, every 5 seconds it goes up by 5. So it starts at 40, 5 seconds later it'll be 45, 5 seconds later 55, 5 seconds later, no, oh my god, words. Starts at 40, 5 seconds later 45. Then 5 seconds after that it's at 50. And then finally 5 seconds after that it's at 55, which will trigger the needs check to be successful, is the idea. That should make the needs check successful because the needs check is checking to see if fatigue is over 50. It's not over 50 when it's at 50. It's over 50 when it's at 55, which should happen 15 seconds after we launch this thing. So at that point, it should succeed. And shit, maybe it's because we have a test action here. How about it spams fatigue too, like print fatigue? Actually, I honestly think that's better than yeah, sure, we could just do both. And honestly, let's do it with failure as well. So let's see what happens. I think the next thing to do is to just make a test action where we'll have Raticate like walk. We'll just have Raticate like walk down very slowly. So he'll be stuck in that action for a while and we can make sure that it works the way that we expect. Okay, fuck. So I need to be back at looking at scripts. And then we changed these. So are you still running? No. Great. You didn't crash, so you're not in the background. So I didn't save. Maybe I saved. We'll know based on what it prints. Oh. Okay, so I shouldn't have scrolled because now I'm nowhere near the bottom and I can't get there. Okay, we're there. Interesting. So it keeps being 0. This is fascinating. So it is incrementing. Now, why is it saying failure and 0? In between failure and then another number. Shit. Do I have it printing somewhere else? Have I set fatigue in the inspector? I think for Raticate, I didn't actually change it. How do I look at that? It's over here. So I just changed it to 40 in here. It's not set to anything over here. Now, we are trying to print fatigue here. So maybe we should take that out. In the world scene. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, the world scene doesn't even have a script attached to it. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think there would be anywhere for me to set fatigue here because it's part of Fuck, it's part of Raticate, wherever Raticate is. Oh, but it has an instance of Raticate. Oh my god, bro. All right. Yup. Yup. How do I update you? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so do we just set these back to 40? Do I just fucking reset? There is just a reset. Bah. There was. Oh no. I just saved. All right, let's see what happens if we run it again. Okay, it's still up to its same nonsense. This... Yeah, success 55. Yeah, it failing under 50 is great, makes sense. And the success when it goes over 50, superb. All of the failure zeros are the problem. Because we have straight over 50. Yeah. That's fine. Again, the thing I'm specifically concerned about is all the failure zero in between. Because it keeps thinking that fatigue is 0 for some reason. There's some kind of weird issue with the way the tree is ticking. And it's like it doesn't have the value. Or it has some other value. Was it fatigue, though? Well, it's only printing failure and then the fatigue value. That's the only thing that's printing, right? So, like, let's just... Let me save. And then... Like, let me just delete that. So now what should happen is nothing should print for 15 seconds because we got to get to 55. But then it should print. There we go. And then in 5 seconds, it's going to change. Five seconds later, it changes again. Okay. So it is absolutely this friggin' line that's doing it. Should this just be an else? God, that still doesn't explain why it thinks it's 0. Yes, exactly, Dirk. Where are the zeros coming from? Like, I just don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I wish it was 100 years from now and some stupid AI nanny butler person could just tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me it's okay. So the thing that confuses me is, like, I think putting else in here, that would stop it from printing failure, success, then failure, success, then failure. That's separate from me not understanding why when it does print failure, it's printing 0. And then at the beginning, it's doing both. It's printing the correct amount. Let's go back in with it like this. It's printing the correct amount and the wrong amount. It's okay. Hold on. I want to try something. Is this? Let me go back and look at Radicate. Okay, so what if it's like printing some kind of weird, like it keeps going back to the default value in between, like it's ticking at a weird time and it's not running through all of this. Okay, it is absolutely printing the base value. Because now it's printing 10. It's doing the right thing and the wrong thing. Oh my god. This is so silly. Okay. We got 4 minutes. I can do some research as to why. And then hopefully we can figure it out. Right now, this is fucking baffling. Oh no, I'm disconnected from chat. Twitch! Okay, it says I'm back. Also still says I'm unstable, which is fucking lame. Sorry, Seb, you've returned failure. Oh my god. Bro, me too. I can't say shit. This is my fucking show, man. Oh my god. Okay, well damn, that was a good joke, Dirk. Oh shit. Okay, look. This is an okay place to stop. We got like 2 steps forward, kind of. A little bit. We did connect a signal, and we connected it in a weird way that Godot has never shown us how to connect it to. We did do a thing. I do actually think that's a pretty important thing that we did. To anybody watching this on YouTube who's been here for like 3 fucking hours and is like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm sorry. You're welcome. Please help me. I don't fucking know. I think it's important to just kind of be okay with this. Like, the process itself is entertaining. It's fun to fucking learn shit. It would be nice if there was a more structured way to learn this stuff. Sure. Here, how about a fucking confetti? We did a thing. Oh my god, you want a random fact? Okay, all right. I believe I still have it. So then what we need to do is... Ooh, okay, so first I gotta get this, but then I gotta get this out of the way because it's part of that window. And then hopefully it just shows up. There we go. Okay, cool. The plot of The Nightmare Before Christmas was partly inspired by the collision of holiday store decorations. Here's your random fact. I didn't know that. Random fact to kind of switch paradigms. Sure. I fucking love The Nightmare Before Christmas. It is like one of my favorite movies. It scared the crap out of me as a kid, but then also I was like, oh, it's so interesting though. The characters are creepy, but like they want to do good. They can't help being creepy. I don't know. It was a good perspective. Okay, so the rest of this week is gonna be normal. Tomorrow, what the fuck is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Undertale, and then Thursday we're doing more lore stuff. We're gonna continue working on the magic elemental system for this game. And then Friday is Hollow Knight. I just connected the button to a label in Godot too. So now you understand signals better. Huh. I mean, yeah, I hadn't done that before either, I think, so. I should change the schedule on Twitch, though. Shit. You know what, Dirk? I totally forgot about doing that. My lord. Oh my god. Oof. All right. Holy shit. I've been changing it on Discord and not on Twitch. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'll do that. So those are the things that are going on. But next week Destiny stuff comes out. So like next week I'm going to just be streaming Destiny like all the time because there's a new Destiny comes out Tuesday, and then I'll be playing through the campaign like Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday I'll probably be preparing for the raid, which comes out Friday, and then I'll be doing the raid with my friends. Like we're blind, and that we have 2 days to do that. So that's like my whole fucking week. So next week will kind of be like a weird vacation week for me, but like I'll be here grinding Destiny. Hopefully the new campaign is cool. It's like the culmination of all they've worked on, so it should be pretty sweet. You messed up all the pronoun. Oh, like okay. You mean that you connected the? Oh my god, Dirk, you gotta like type slower, bro. You got C's that need to be on the other side of N's. I just fucking just relax, man. You're sorry. You're total chaos. You're fine. You're fine. All right. So that's what's going on. I'll update the schedule on Twitch. It's currently mostly correct on the Discord. I'm trying. I'm just terrible at these things. This was fun. It's a whole week you can get better in Godot than me. Bro, I'm like actively unlearning Godot. I actually think I'm gonna start just like messing with Godot and doing all sorts of little projects separate from the stream just so I can maybe learn stuff about how things work. I want to like make a card game, and I think making a card game, even a simple shitty one, will help me understand like UI, because a card game is just like it's like all UI. Like 99% of a card game is just UI bullshit, stuff happening, you selecting things, like very little other stuff going on. So I think I'm gonna be fucking around with that so I could hopefully just like be more comfortable, spend more hours in Godot. Fucking this is such a big mental thing with all these little tiny steps I have to take that are difficult for me to figure out. I think I just need other projects where I'm just like, I'll try making a card game. Okay, that didn't work. I'll try doing something else. But yeah, please find time to rest. I rest. I fucking Crazy Pants and I play like video games and shit, and we just like watch cool educational stuff on YouTube. And then I usually get like 7 hours of sleep. That's a problem. I would like 8, but like my fucking cats are like the sun comes up and they're like, okay, you got like an hour. And if we haven't gotten up at like an hour after the sun comes up, they're like yelling at me for breakfast, even though like fucking like they have food. There's dry food, but like they fucking know, oh, breakfast time we get wet food. Wet food's the shit. I'm gonna fucking yell at this guy because I want my fucking wet food. And like when the sun starts coming up earlier and earlier, it just fucking fucks me. Like now it's brutal. It's brutal. Anyway, thank you, thank me, thank you. We're 4 minutes over. That's whatever. It's fine. I don't have anything super pressing. Like I got chores to do. But as clearly discussed, I don't view those as fucking pressing matters. I probably should. Thank you, thank me, thank us, thank everybody. Okay, but yeah, for real though, thank you guys for hanging out. Dirk, your help is always especially appreciated. I know you don't think you're a great teacher. I just feel like we're figuring it out together. It's fine. We both learned something, thank God. Oh my God. All right, if God exists, sure. Like, you know. But also, God, you could do better. Like, fucking get rid of, like, children having cancer and shit. You know, like, you know? I like the idea of God, like, existing but not being all-knowing. Like, he's all-powerful, but he's not all-knowing. So he's like, oh, God, how do I do anything without fucking things up? And yes, God would say, oh, God. I don't necessarily believe God exists, and I say, oh, God. It's just an expression. And he would use it, too, obviously. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll be back with Undertale tomorrow. Have a nice day. Take care. See you all around.